Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. It is Friday, February 20th. I'm sorry. It is Friday, February 6th, 2026. And if you've been watching the markets this week, you know we are stepping into high stakes session. NASDAQ is currently fighting to snap a 3-day losing streak after a brutal tech roll route. Here's your morning breakdown to get you ready for the open. Overnight and weekly recap. The sentiment has been decidedly risk-off this week. NASDAQ entered today down roughly 4% for the week, on pace for its worst week performance since last April. The Amazon anchor. Amazon is the big story this morning, sliding over 8% in the pre-market after a disappointing earnings report and a massive jump in projected AI capital expenditures. Seems like AI is the crisis. Investors are starting to push heavy AI spending if it doesn't come with immediate bottom line results. While NVIDIA is showing some resilience, up 3%, Microsoft and Google have been under heavy pressure. Labor market jitters. Yesterday's data showed jobless claims hitting 231,000, higher than expected, and January layoff reaching their highest level since 2009. The soft landing narrative is getting some serious side-eye from the bears. What I'm looking for today, right now, despite, such a the carnage in the week, futures are actually pointing to a green open as dip buyers attempt a deckhead bounce or a legitimate relief rally. Key levels on NASDAQ, resistance at 25,000 is the big psychological level we lost yesterday. We need a sustained move back above this to neutralize the bear momentum. Support at 24,450 to 24,500 is the immediate floor. If we break yesterday's low, the next major trapdoor support sits closer to 24,080. For the morning session, we've got Michigan consumer sentiment, the final coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern. Expecting a reading around 55. Any surprise here will move the dollar and could trigger a morning pivot. At 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, speculative positions. Keep an eye on how the smart money is positioning going into the weekend. At 7 p.m. Eastern Time, got the presidential speech. While it's after hours, the market may start from front-running expectations of policy comments during the late afternoon session. And what to watch for today? Well, watch the Amazon price action at the bell. If Amazon finds a floor early, the rest of the mega caps might use it as a signal to squeeze the short sellers who piled in yesterday. However, if Amazon continues to bleed towards 210 to 215, expect NASDAQ to follow into the red.
NASDAQ target group CH1 complete. Remember, today is...
Now, don't forget, today is Friday, so watch out for the window dressing or profit taking in the final hours of the trade as firms look to clean up their books after a volatile week. Really, what that boils down to is that early bird gets the worm, like I always say. The traders that start early are going to be done early and not trade the rest of the day. Like I always say, it is Margarita Friday. So I want to get in, make my money early in the morning and call it a day early so that I can enjoy the rest of my weekend. Don't want to be trying to make money here in the midday session towards the afternoon session because a lot of that volatility, uncertainty, and algos will start kicking in as they're positioning for the weekend into next week's range. All right, let's go over our level for the morning session. Let's see, what are we going to do here first? Let's start off with gold. Gold, I've got a breakout level of 5,071. Your first take profit will be at 5,156. Sell the reversal at 4,998. Buy the reversal at 4,000 4,852 with a breakdown spot of 4,779. And your first take profit on that breakdown would be at 4,694. For ES, you got a breakout spot of 6,950. Your first take profit would be at 7,000. Sell the reversal at 6,907. Buy the reversal at 6,821. A breakdown spot of 6,778. And your first take profit, it would be at 6,727. For NASDAQ, we got a breakout spot of 25,389. Your first take profit would be at 25,720. Sell the reversal at 25,105. Buy the reversal at 24,536 with a breakdown spot of 24,255. And your first take profit on that would be at 23,923. And those are your morning levels that you can use this morning. Hope you all find those helpful. You guys can catch those each and every morning in the pre-market if you jump in our Discord or follow our socials. That's right. We post those levels each and every single morning to help traders find an edge in the market so that you don't have to work as hard. So please be sure to check out those socials or jump in the Discord because we have some fantastic information that we drop inside of our Discord each and every single morning, ranging from mentorships, trade psychology classes, and after hours trading sessions as well. That's right, team. Blue Sky offers round the clock workshops, morning, midday, and even into the evening sessions. So you don't want to miss those. All righty then. Well, that is the morning news. Hope you all find that helpful. How's everybody doing this morning? Everybody have a good night. Everybody ready for the weekend? I am ready for some Super Bowl action this weekend. Don't forget today is also, is this right? Yes, it is right. Today is our last day of our 50% off rhythmic launch plans. That's right, team. You all are looking to get started with a rhythmic launch plan. Today is your last and final day, so be sure to catch that before market close. Use code Groundhog for 50% off rhythmic launch plans. That's right. 50, 100, 200K launch plans starting as low as $29.50. That's right. You can get started and change your life in trading for as little as $29.50. All right, let's see. We got an overnight low on NASDAQ of 24,239. Man, that is way down there. What time did that pivot? Look at that. Man, it just, they try to bounce it. I didn't trade the after hours session yesterday. Got a nice little bounce, a decent little bounce, hit the 26, rejected it, made that low at 24,239. It's pretty way down there. We've already, well, and it looks like we're trying to go for that overnight high at 24,875 if we can get up there. So it looks like we've got we're going to start off a little bullish here. So let's just see how far it goes. We are above yesterday's opening range as well, or closing price. So we do have a pretty decent gap to the upside. Or I guess it would be a gap to the downside. I'm sorry. Yeah, the gap would be below. So it would be a gap to the downside. So just be safe on it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting at 66,944. Woo-wee. Man, scam coin is be scamming today. The rough sessions with BTC. Look at that. Look at that. Broke 59,917. in the evening session. About the same time Nasdaq pivoted, BTC pivoted almost around the same time. That's really interesting. What, 9:15, 6:15? Let's go over here. Let's find out what time this was. It's the same time. It's the same dang time. They pivoted at exactly the same time. That's really, really interesting. Huh. Yeah, really interesting. The BTC found its buyers at 60K. All right, let's take a look at gold, see how gold is doing. You've got an overnight low of 4,670. Overnight high of 4,971. It looks like it's going to be pushing into the open as well. So we'll see on this. Nice little recovery there. I mean, we did create a lower low, so that is a pretty nasty on that. But we are above yesterday's closing price for now. So let's see how we can manage the market here on gold and silver today. Let's take a look at silver. Silver is actually further down than gold, down 2%, because gold is green. Over the 200 EMA already as well. Looks like it's holding these level for now. We'll have to see what it decides to do. Maybe we can catch a bullish trend on one of these. Maybe we'll have a nice rebound today. And oddly as it may, ES came right into yesterday's orb. And we're ranging right in yesterday's orb. Huh. Right in yesterday's opening range break for the 15 minutes. Crazy. I mean, same for NASDAQ. It's going to be an interesting morning. It's like Steve Renko's having a little downside for now. We'll see, though. I didn't want to do that. Woo. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having a little pain this morning. I've got a pinched nerve I've been dealing with since yesterday, so I'm in a lot of pain right now. I just can't even move or anything. My neck is just all like just yeah. I've been kind of struggling with this the last 2 days, so I'm a little off right now. I have to go to the chiropractor or something because oh man, I'm in pain. I'm in so much pain right now. It just hurts. All right, let's take a look at the morning news. See what we got going on. We got Michigan inflation numbers coming up in about 44 minutes. So, I mean, not too much, not too much news, but definitely, consumer credit, so a little bit of stuff. So we'll see what Michigan consumer has for us. I think next week is going to be better, though. Oh, thank you, MJ. Yeah, I know. I need to put some icy hot on my neck or something because I can't even move. I'm just so stiff. Hey, no worries. No worries. You know what? That's me. I show up for work every morning. I'm ready to rock and roll. I want to see something good. I want to catch a good move. Yeah, and it's pretty odd because I slept it off. I got one of those gun massagers, and I had that thing on my neck. Uh, it kind of helped. I think it more just relaxed me so I could go to sleep. But yeah, I thought I'd wake up and not have the pain, but yeah, it's still there. I'll be all right though. You get to the midday, and then boom, I'm gonna roll out to the Cairo. Have them work me out. Uh, So what do y'all think, team? You think we're gonna have a bullish move on the market today, or you think we'll consolidate, or you think we'll continue to sell? Got a few days of selling already. Let's see. I want to go over to NQ, but I don't want all my lines on there. Nope. This is bad. Okay, so the daily looks kind of good. We're on a demand level. We bounced off this level November 20th of last year. Oh, that's fairly interesting. So we bounced here, yeah, like 3 months ago, right? Is that right? November, December, January, February, like 3 months ago, yeah, roughly. Huh. And we just like tippy tipped the 200. That's really, really interesting right there. We'll see how this holds up. Could it be time? On the hourly, I mean, we've got a nice little bull flag. You can see that right there. Broke out from this one, made the next flag. This will be really interesting to see. So as long as we don't break below 24,760, you won't invalidate that bull flag. Okay. Let's just see what happens here. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a pullback here in the open, and we'll come into that 759, and we can catch a long off that if the market's going to hold for upside. Let's see if the trend from 3 a.m. or from yesterday's open continues. That would have been a beautiful trade, though. Imagine that catching that at 6. You'd have caught that pivot. What do you mean? Got stopped out on it. Interesting. All right, let's see what happens here. We got about 10 minutes till market open. And it is Friday, so if any of y'all would like to join me on stage, have a question, things like that, feel free to raise your hand through the session here in the morning. I only ask that y'all respect others that may be at work or may have us on speaker. So just watch your language, and if you do you to come on stage with me. Just make sure you're in a quiet space so we can easily hear you, because we'd love to hear what you have to say or to hear your questions. What else do we have going on today? I'm hearing some folks are starting to talk about accumulating Bitcoin at some of these lows. People are starting to get ready and, scaling into the positions. I just don't know if the bottom is in on BTC. It really depends on what the US market is going to do. If we start pivoting, maybe. I mean, on a good note, we are above the 200. So that is always a good sign that if you want bullish. And on the 9-minute, you can kind of see that we're pulling back a little into it. So might get a little bit of a pullback before its next push through, but we'll just have to see how this holds up through the morning session if it doesn't slip. Move this back over to gold. Getting that pullback here into the open as expected. Probably folks taking profits with uncertainty into the morning session. Hopefully this thing doesn't turn into an M. That's the only thing I got to say. Getting T-Fiber installed today, 2 gigabytes, can't wait. What? Dude, let's go, man. Let's go. I love it. Dude, getting fiber. Yeah, once you get like gigabit speeds, you're not gonna want to go back, bro. You're not gonna want to go back. It's supposed to be a little warmer glow here. We might even see the 70s or something. You can have a nice some nice days for Super Bowl weekend. Yeah, I was actually trying to get Google Fiber, but it's just not available in my neighborhood. So I got to use this. I got to use a Spectrum. It's okay. It's not bad though. It's still super fast. You've been waiting for years. Ooh, okay, okay, yeah. Dang. Okay, I get it. Yeah, if you're still like on just regular cable modem or just a regular fiber line, yeah, you'll notice a difference. It'll be so much quicker. I think the only thing I wish is that I had better Wi-Fi. Like my wired connections, my Wi-Fi is pretty good though. It's just that I'm still using TP-Link. Hopefully, here in the next month, I'm going to start replacing all that stuff. Hopefully. Yeah, looks like everybody is looking for a retest on BTC of 70K. I think it's gonna be an interesting morning. Part of Spectrum. Yeah, Spectrum is a little it's not that bad though. Yeah, it's not that bad. Could be worse. Hey, morning, boys.
Order submitted.
Okay. Oh, the boys are ready. Every time it rains, internet goes out here. Really? Mine isn't that bad. I think what would help is if I had a better video card. I'm almost positive if I had a better video card, it probably would be like happier. Let's get over to NASDAQ. All right, team. We've got a minute left to open. Good luck to you all. Don't forget it's Friday, so let's make that money early and call it a day early. Let's get out of here by the close of London. I'll switch this over to M and Q.
Announcements are currently suppressed because the session, Globex, has concluded.
And ding, ding, ding. There's your bell. Good luck, traders.
Active sessions.
NQ breaking to the 200.
10:30 Eastern.
Testing right now.
Until 5 p.m. Eastern. To enable announcements, select the respective announcement group. Then, place your finger on the reader to continue. Order filled. Exit.
And Blasky is staying out of the market today. Got no A plus setups. We're seeing. I'm watching. I'm watching. Market's opening a little flat right now. Now it looks like NQ is breaking below the 200.
Exit.
ES is making that push to the upside. Let's see if we can catch that with NQ then. Maybe we can. Let's see if we could scale in with an MNQ con off the 200. Look at the Russell, though. The Russell looks like it is pushing towards the top side. Let's get in on that. Let's see.
Order filled. Exit.
VBAI is up 5% for the morning. This is moving super fast. I'm glad I didn't take that in an NQ con.
Order filled. Exit.
I'll do a self stop there.
Order filled.
Let's see if we hold. The Russell is pushing towards the upside. NASDAQ not so much, struggling here. Looks like silver is ripping to the upside as well for some of these silver traders. Okay, there she goes. Okay. There we go.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled.
Oh, dang, look at that. That is a beautiful move right there. Look at that. That's not bad right there with the single MNQ con. It's not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's put our money in the, let's put our stop in the money. I'll put it at $20 stop on this. And we'll just hold on to this guy. Maybe we can scale into this position one more time, right? Oh, man. Now look at that rip. Wow. That is incredible. Almost 200 points. Crazy, right? From the bottom of that wick. From the bottom of that wick, 24,702 to the top of that is what? 24,889. Volatile opening here in the opening session. Not bad though. It's not, I used to always trade MNQ cons like this. You're right, Affluent Mind. There's nothing more that I love to have than an MNQ trade that makes me $1,000. Because when I make $1,000 off an MNQ con, that just means that, like, to me, like personally, it means that I'm doing a fantastic job because I'm using the smallest leverage to make that kind of money. And it just proves to traders, like, you don't need to take a full size lot. You don't need 8 cons, 10 cons, 5 cons, 6 cons. You don't need that many. You just need a single MNQ con with a decent trade. If you can practice and get yourself to where you can manage your risk and your trades and your trade psychology, you can make money even with the mini micros, enough to where, it can be better than a part-time job, better than doing Uber delivery or Uber Eats or anything like that. You could actually have a shot at making real good money without any overhead other than the cost you put of your capital you put in the market. Let's see if we can get out of this range. SPY is ripping to the upside. Hey, good morning, Breezy. Morning, Coach. Good to see you. Bitcoin making that push here in the morning session. Can it reach 70K? I would imagine that we'll probably get some nasty selling pressure there at 70,000. So if you guys are trading BTC, watch your positions on that. Gold pushing, trying to make an attempt at overnight highs. Again, that overnight high on gold is at 4,961. Take a look at ES. ES is above the prior day's orb high. We still are pretty early into the morning session. So, we're still setting levels up. So let's see what the market does. Let's see if the market can get a real expansion or if we'll get a rejection and a pullback into the range before we make our attempt for a leg up. I just don't want to see this thing pull back 50% of these two candles. That would be the crummy part of all this. So let's just see what the bullish sentiment is for the market, and how bullish they are. Oh man, oh my God, this thing is ripping. Look at that. We're up almost $300 on the single MNQ con, ladies and gentlemen.
Order filled. Exit.
Yeah, no, I never have any problems with my You got yours today, Granny? Good morning. Good morning, Granny. Good to see you. Sorry, it is Friday, so we don't have Mike on Friday. So, hope you don't mind. You've got me for the morning session, but it doesn't mean we're not making money. So, and if you all are Team Mike, don't worry. Mike will be back Monday morning next week, and you can catch him Monday through Thursday in the morning session and me in the midday. So, absolutely. Hey, good luck to you. Have a great day, Granny. Good to see you again. You have a fantastic weekend, and let's see who wins on Super Bowl Sunday. I know I'm ready for some fajita. Look at that. We're up $300 on this now. Let's go. That is phenomenal. Almost $300 on that trade right now. And we're still just maintaining that position. Right, Breezy? Ain't too bad. Single MNQ con up almost $300. If you're taking three cons on this, I mean, you'd be up what, $900? You'd be up almost $1,000 right now. And the market is just ripping to the upside. SPY having a little bit of a pullback. Let's take a look at ES here, see what ES is doing. That was a prior day Asia low that we rejected off of right now at 6,888.50. That shouldn't weigh as much today, though. I should actually kind of get rid of that. Well, still ripping through it. Oh my goodness. Jesus. We are not getting any relief to get into this. No pullback. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. $300 on that NQ con. 308, 318, 320. That would drive me crazy if my internet was going out with the rain and stuff. I mean, luckily it doesn't rain too often down here, but still. Pretty wiki. It's a nasty pullback. Look at that. Over $100 a pullback right there. Looks like gold is trying to break out. Busted through the overnight high, created an intraday high of 4,971. And Bitcoin going for it still, showing strength in the morning session. A lot of great strength here in BTC. Looks like buyers are interested for sure. ES pulling back, hitting a rejection there. Same for NQ. As you can tell there, we did not break out of the prior day orb on NQ, still rejecting. ES above the prior day orb. And we're about 2 minutes away from creating the orb for the morning session today. So we'll be marking off that opening range break here shortly to see what kind of range we have. Let's take a look at that MNQ con, make sure we haven't gotten stopped out yet. Still doing pretty good on that. Let's raise our stop. You guys know I love a $50 stop because I want to make 50 bucks at least. That gets me a quarter through for my daily profit target. I try to at the very least, make $200 a day because that at least covers my trade day. It means that I've at least put in some work and made some money for the day. That covers, breakfast, dinner, and lunch, So that's kind of the way I look at it. $200 day at least. Let's take a look at the heat map here in the morning session. Oh, that's beautiful. We hadn't seen a heat map like this in a few weeks, right? Nothing but green. We're still waiting for Google to wake up. Google and Amazon need to wake up, but Amazon did have a pretty nasty sell-off in the overnight session. It looks like NQ is starting to hold again, making that next roll up. That's right, Nacho. Beer money. Hey, it's Friday. That's margarita money to me, my friend. That is margarita money. Oh, look at that. Wow. Intel ripping to the upside. Looks like Apple might even be breaking out. Probably see some, maybe, quite possibly. I'm looking right now, trying to see what we're going to do. It's a little bit of consolidation here. The market's trying to figure it out. We just finished up our orb right now. So let's flip charts. Let's get this orb drawn out. Take a look at where we're at. Pretty exaggerated wick again. And it looks like we're almost within yesterday's orb as well. We didn't make much we didn't make much movement from yesterday's opening range. We've been in the same range for a few weeks now, though. Looks like you're getting a little bit of that pullback now. You're on NASDAQ. So it looks like your orb for a NQ will be a high of 24,932 and a low of 24,702. Still a pretty big range there. If you guys aren't already long, I would definitely be waiting for a pullback into maybe, if you can get a candle to close below the 912, maybe pull us back to 24,875, you might be able to reload in there. That's if you have confidence in a bullish thesis for the morning session. Get a little bit of a rejection here on NASDAQ. Tesla up for the morning session. Oh. Yes, Nacho. As a matter of fact, we recorded our podcast yesterday, so you can expect that Monday to pop out. You should be seeing that on Monday. Come on the interwebs. Definitely a good recording. It's getting better. And don't forget, you guys can catch our podcast now on Spotify. Just do a search for Blue Sky and you can find us on Spotify. Yeah, I was actually watching it yesterday. I watched last week's. And I'll drop a link for anybody. Made your goal for the day. Well, congratulations, Affluent. Always glad to hear that. What I want to hear. Here you go, team. You guys can catch our Spotify there. As a matter of fact, you can even click it there if you want to listen to our Spotify while you're sitting here in the Discord with us. So definitely would love y'all's feedback, anything, comments. And we're still looking for folks that would love to join us in our Skycast. If you're a trader, part of the community, and you'd like to share, we would love to have you on. Yes, target hit for the day. Done. Thank you, Coach. No problem. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome, my friend. And we're sitting pretty this morning. Look at that. We are just vibing in the morning session, letting that single MNQ con just cook for us to the top side. We want a Steve interview. Ooh, you know what? I could talk to the team and see if we could bring Steve in. Some of you guys would like to meet Steve. He's an interesting fellow. But he's a good guy, dude. He's a good guy. I can't believe I got lucky enough to meet everybody face to face. And it is it's such a different experience, because we talk to each other on the interweb, right? We're on chat, but that's not like us like sitting, being in an office space and stuff. So like being able to like put a face and the personality and everything else, super cool, exciting, it was fun stuff. I can't wait to see the rest of our team building activities. Look at this trade. Oh my God, who's in this? $410 on a single M&Q con. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane. We get to that pre-quarter mid. That's like going to be like almost $1,000. 1,000. If you're in three M&Q cons, you're looking at almost like $1,500 of profit right now. The people have spoken. You got an outro. I will talk to the team and I'll see if I can bring Steve in for one of our Skycasts. He's a super busy guy, though. He's busy with the company and taking care of members and helping in the background. Keep the wheels turning here at Blue Sky. So can't say that he will, but I'll put it out there for the team that maybe we can do like a meet the team segment. We'll bring in one person from the team. Periodically to where like you guys can meet the folks that you all talk to. That might be kind of cool. Man, I wonder if we can sit in this all day long. I've had days like this that I just sit in a single trade and I just sit there and just like cook all day long. SPY is breaking out. IWN is breaking out. The Russell is breaking out. The Dow, let's see what the Dow is doing because I haven't looked at it. So I'm not going to say the Dow and I haven't even brought it up on the chart. The Dow is breaking out up 1.5% for the day. Let's go. Russell is up 2.36. But, that has been the case all week long. If you guys have been looking for the easy trade, I'm not going to lie. The Russell has been the easy trade all week. I've been trading it on the backside. You guys haven't seen, and I've just been killing it on the Russell. It's just so much easier. And yeah, the risk has just been so much better. And then I could buy so many more cons of the Russell than I can of anything else. It's so cheap. All right, let's get back over to M&Q because we got that position. Losing a little bit of volume here at the top of the hour. A little bit of a pullback. Set a new intraday high of 24,984 here on NQ. That's a pretty strong pullback. Damn, me exited that too early. You were short this? I'm sure Blasky was short this because I know you like taking those wicks. I know you like to short those wicks, right? You probably shorted that right there. That was a nice pullback, faster than the push to the upside. That's a pretty aggressive pullback right there. Look at that. Oof. 100-point pullback right there, over that almost. See, I knew Blasky caught that short. I know. It's kind of cool though, like I never really kind of figured that I could kind of start like seeing other traders. And then after like watching them for a little bit, I could kind of tell what they're going to do and how they trade. But like now to be able to do it's just kind of interesting. It's like I can kind of guess what like other traders are kind of going to trade this and where they would be. Yes, sir. We have news in 10. Yep. We should have Michigan sentiment news dropping here in 2 minutes, 47 seconds. So if you guys are in a position, make sure you have your stop in the money, just to protect yourself. Could see some volatility here with these numbers are going to drop. Could have a decent move here. Hey, thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Absolutely. You have a fantastic weekend as well. Thank you for joining me here in the morning session. We'll see you next week. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm not ready for the weekend. I'm ready to make some more money. So who are we going for this Sunday? We're going for Seahawks or we're going for the Patriots? Maybe we should set up a poll. See who everybody's going for today. What are the odds on the platform? So right now the point spread is the Seahawks are a negative 4.5 and the Patriots are a positive 4.5. So the money line is the Seahawks have a negative of 231 to 238 with the Patriots of a positive of 190 to 195. Over under is 45.5. So Seattle is favored to win, but the last 7 teams favored by 4 more points have failed to cover the spread and losing the game outright. So statistically, the Seahawks should win, but according to previous history, the underdog is who has won these. Interesting. And there you go, bro. Be Sunday at Levi's Stadium. So we're gonna get stopped down on this position. Come on, Bulls. Consumer sentiment higher than expected. Michigan sentiment actual 57.3. Forecast was 5.5. Previous is 56.4. University of Michigan 1-year inflation actual 3.5. Forecast 4%. Previous was 4%. So we did get a higher than expected confidence. People have been having problems with trading view like earlier in the week, the volatility just, the platforms just had issues with, though, it seems like. They were going to hit it. Iran refuses to end nuclear enrichment talks with the US. EU pushes for full ban on services tied to Russian oil trade. Proposes 20th sanction package since Moscow's full-scale invasion of the Ukraine. Mm. But we are so close to getting stopped out on this position. It's not even funny. No bueno. Looks like we got stopped out on that position. No bueno. No love for the Riz. Hopefully you guys took some profit on that. Wow. We just ran all out of steam on that. Okay, so is this the rejection we're going to have and start selling back into overnight lows on the market? We're not under the 200, so I'm not convinced that the short will be in effect. We got a decent push to the upside. Looks like, unfortunately, that is done here for the morning session. Yeesh. All right, fellas, gonna lock in at work. Have a good trading day. Hey, have a great day, Nacho. We will see you next week. Oh, short at the highs. Man, RQ is having too good of a time over there, it looks like. What's he doing? Jamming out? I need that guy answering support tickets. Man, I wish I would have gone short with Blasky on that one. That would have been a good short. I made more money on the short than the long. Still early, though. 8 minutes after the top of the hour. Morning session is just flying past us today. No. No, today is not contract rollover. Not for NASDAQ. I don't think it is yet. Let's see. Oh, March. Yeah, so we won't have it until the end of the month. Yeah, you won't have rollover until the end of the month. Hating. Archie's over there getting paid. He's getting cha-ching. I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous of those tendies over there. Nobody knows who he is. There's a bunch of speculation, but at this point, bunch of rumors. But if people were to probably know, it probably would ruin the value of it. Why is he? Is it because he's Fox News? Is that why you're saying that, Blasky? He would know because he's Fox News. Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Sorry. Sorry. I'm over here just reading what I want to read, right? Doesn't even say that, and I'm all like blah blah blah. I just yeah. Look, I'm injured here. Okay, I'm injured. I'm firing off on like half cylinders here. You know. I remember when I got BTC for listening to music, it was like 10 cents a song and leave 150 character review. This was back in 2013, 14, and I lost my wallet probably a good few thousand nowadays. Um, I remember back in the day, there were surveys you used to be able to take. And if you took the surveys, they would give you a fraction of a Bitcoin. And I lost a bunch of my coins in Mount Gov. So I actually had like 2 or 3 Bitcoins in Mount Gov. And in that whole process, I lost. It was like 2.5, something like that, like 2.5 coins. Yep. Yep. That was the faucet. That was the faucet you could go to and it would give you free coins. I do actually remember that. There was actually a few faucets that you could go to that they would give you free coins. Oh man, if I knew now what I know now back then, oh man. Volume is just evaporated from the market. It's like the market got up and said goodbye. For it still being the morning session, pretty calm, not as volatile as the rest of the week, right, team? Nowhere near as volatile as the rest of the week. But you traders are all just being cautious of these moves here in today's session. All right, Amaro is short already. Hey, congrats on that. Congrats on that. Fibs are working for you today. Oh, you took it off the 50% retracement of the fibs. Nice. It's a good area there. Do you normally take a rejection at the 50% retracement? Is that normally your go-to on your strategy on using the fibs? Yes, absolutely. I can show it to you. Are you looking for anything in particular I can point out for you on the chart? So we're right at that 3 a.m. London. Gotcha. Yeah, I saw Blasky was mentioning something to that effect. He was having some problems with his charts as well. So you guys just be safe. It sounds like maybe a few folks might be having some data issues. I'm not seeing anything on my news reports or updates from the team that we are having any data connection issues. But if you happen to have an issue, please just let me know here in chat or open a support ticket if you prefer to do that. Totally your call, team. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know how you guys do it sometimes. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. I've had times before like that I have problems with my connection. I'll just wait. You're not trusting that drop just yet. I took a trade at 333 last night and I was looking at this going. Dang, you're sitting in that position right now? Are you still sitting in that? Oh man, why? Why, Ja? Why? Do you hate that? You gotta hate that. Oh, you're looking for a third. Bitcoin at 68,000. Let's go back over to Bitcoin. I just got a notification on it. It just like plateaued the way the rest of the market did, though. This doesn't look good for upside. I don't like this for upside, to be honest with you. ES is holding up, though. Holding up the 26 EMA. That looks good. Still pushing. All right, let's adjust our orb for today's session on ES because I've not done that. 15. So your orb for ES will be a high of 6,898 and a low of 6,850. And it looks like ES is actually trying to make that next leg up. Let's see if it pushes through it. Looking pretty good here, though. Oh man, look at that candle on ES. There we go. NQ starting to catch that bid. About 9 minutes away from London Power Hour as well, team. So should see some volatility starting to kick in while the Brits across the pond start repositioning into the weekend. That should be pretty much it for our news for the day. Don't have much of anything else popping up the rest of the day. Take a look at Bitcoin. Looks like Bitcoin might just break out. May just go for that 70K. That is awesome. I know what IBIT's doing right now in the morning. Let's go back over to NQ. There it is. Will it break it though? Kind of interested to see that. Like you said, you did not trust that drop. Your sell stop, I think, got hit already. No, I've heard the notifications a few times today. Not as many though. I heard them earlier on. Look, I just heard one right now. Yeah, I just heard a ding. He cut us off. Steve would never cut us off. He might. He would. Take a look at gold. But silver's going to break out too. It's like silver is trying to break out. Oh my God. Like Bitcoin is rejecting. Yep. You got a short signal on NQ. I got buy signals across the spectrum right now. But then again, I'm always bullish, so it's hard for me to to want to short. You know, my yeah, I always have a long bias. That's the only unfortunate thing about me. That's why I try to stay away from red days. You know, when we're on a downturn, I really try to de-risk on those because I know the way I am, and you know, I don't want to get too tilted trying to go for longs. And there goes Bitcoin to the downside. The Russell is starting to roll, testing the 9. Huh. Such a slow morning. It's Friday though. Really? Huh.
Announcements are currently suppressed because the session, Globex, has concluded. Service is currently available for active sessions, intraday, until 4 p.m. Eastern. To enable announcements, select the respective announcement group, then place your finger on the reader to continue.
Yep. Yeah, because you're gonna have a 40-point move you could have in it. Okay. There's a rejection there on ES. Still can't break that orb high. We still got a lot of time on this 15-minute. Yeah, I could see what you were saying about the spread. I kind of saw that with the MNQ con earlier, just because of the move on it. And we're a minute into the London Power Hour session now. So let's see what the Brits do for us. You got Amazon and Google still down. Still a lot of green across the spectrum. Whew. Goes the Q starting to rip to the upside again. Sounds like we might be getting some volume in the market again. Maybe we'll break out of this range finally. See what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is trying to move again. So is silver. Market looking bullish again. And there goes the US testing that orb high again. Let's go. Man, it's a shame that I didn't take a long off of BWAP right there. I didn't even see that pullback on BWAP there. Not so much with NQ though. Okay, the 2 minute looks like it's been giving us entries off the 200. I'm going to leave this up for now because I want to see if we'll get another pullback to the 200. Maybe we can catch a long off the 200 if we get a rejection. It looks like we're riding it here on the 2. We'll come back though. We'll just wait. Since my stop out, I haven't taken another entry. I want to get involved with something though. End the day on a green note. My goal was to pass the X this week, leave it that way, and green into the weekend. Let's go, Blasky. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Great to see that. Goat? I think so. Pass them and up 1.2K in each. Let's go. Look at that. Blasky get into that payday. It is payday Friday. I cashed out yesterday. I took some payouts. Oh no, it was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday before the market opened, I cashed out and withdrew a bunch of money. So I paid myself Wednesday. But yeah, definitely. He probably is going to drop a 20 or 30K profit inside the chat. I'm sure of it. I haven't heard a lot of buy and sells cha-chings though. That's the only thing. He probably is. Wouldn't surprise me. A nice Friday in that bullish trend to the upside. You guys should see the way the Russell is looking right now. It's just like a slow grind to the upside. I'll show you guys. Oh man, tell me about it. Discord sucks up so many resources. It's not even funny. I can have like 2 gigs of memory just sucked up by Discord by itself. Actually, surprisingly, it's not eating up a lot of my resources today. It's only got a gig right now. Get some acupuncture. Oh, I would love to. That sounds amazing. Oh man, I wouldn't mind some. I wouldn't mind some relief of this pain. Because sheesh, I feel a little bit better this morning though. I do feel a little bit better. I'm still like super stiff though. I can't turn left or right at all. Like the right side of my neck, like if I put my hand on it, it feels like completely sore. Like it's sensitive right now. I have a nasty pinched nerve. Man, that Russell trade. It's kind of gross right here on NQ though. We need to get a rip on this, otherwise they could form an M and pull this down pretty nasty. Slowing down a little, the volume is just not there. There goes ES getting that candle wick above the orb high. Let's go. Definitely good for upside now. Can we hold it? Can we hold it and get a nice move to the upside? I hope so. Bitcoin's starting to reject. Seems like can't get above this 68,693. Well, let's see if it follows the market. Yeah, after I wrap up my stream, I'm gonna get on the phone and see if I can call somebody and see if I can get somebody to go and just put me on a guillotine or something. Put me on the stretcher. Get stretched out. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Is that push now? I got some decent targets though. If we can continue upside, SPY's getting close to the breakout spot too. Where Nasdaq is relative to my breakout. Let's take a look. Got to do something. Oh, we're way far from the reversal spot. We're still right in the middle of that whole zone right there. What about ES? Let's see where ES is relative to that. It's at the solo reversal spot actually. So ES needs to break this range, otherwise it could get a nasty rejection at this spot. NQ starting to test that orb high now. I don't know how I did that. Must have deleted that by accident. Sorry, I was just going through some of my algos that I have, so just figure out why it wasn't recording. What do you mean? What time do they open in EST hours? What do you mean by that? You got me a little. I don't quite get your question, Blasky. You're not lined up with them. Yeah, come on up, Blasky. What's up, Blasky?
Cool. Yeah, no, just trying to figure out because basically a month from now we'll be switching over daylight savings time, but the Asia hours, do they roll back? 'Cause I remember Europe rolls back 1 hour or something like that. But does Asia open up at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, or do they move with daylight savings as well?
Most countries in Asia do not follow daylight savings time, including major nations like China, India, Japan, and most of Southeast Asia.
Okay, so it'd be the same 8 because Globex is always 6 o'clock Eastern, and then but I remember Europe's market moves, right?
Yeah, they're exempt from this. So since these countries are so close to the equator, they don't experience the change.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So just 8 p.m.
Yep.
When Asia opens then. Cool.
Like Israel, the Middle East, they don't adhere to daylight savings time either.
Gotcha. Because I remember there was some confusion with London, I thought, at one point. It was 1 hour back or forward, or we had confusion. So cool. Cool. Thank you, my good sir.
That's what they say. That's what they say. Oh man, that's a nasty short. There's that M kicking in. Had a cell signal.
Well, she wants to get up there to the 975, maybe, somewhere up there eventually at some point. Or I think that was yesterday's targets or something. So yeah, let's see. Let's see how it bounced off that Gex. Let's see. Uh, Gex level 885. We added 960. Damn. We added to that list that I sent in. We had the 960 and it shorted right there because of the Gex. That would have been a killer short.
Yep. As a matter of fact, this is my sell the reversal spot on NQ. I called it out just a second ago. I was mentioning that as well. So you're looking at my morning levels. That would have been one of the levels to be looking for the short.
Yeah, I gotta start writing all that stuff down again. Just today I was down with a little loss, one can say. Uh, Yesterday, just down $200, and that after my stream, made most of my gains back, or most of my loss back, and then I was like, I'll just save it. I was driving over to my lady's house, and I was like, no, okay, yeah, maybe I'll take a quick long in my off the 500s after my stream, and went up for 10 points and got myself green for the night. And then I said, you know what, I'm just gonna call it a day now. Up green on each one of these accounts. Like I said, my goal was just to pass these accounts, and we passed them, and we have a couple dollars in them now. So I'm content with this week.
Yeah, for sure. No, it makes perfect sense. I'm usually a lot lighter on Fridays too.
I've noticed my losing days are Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's usually when I yeah, oh yeah, RJ.
Yeah, Fridays.
But
Fridays are hit or miss for me. Sometimes I have killer Fridays. As of lately, my Fridays haven't been that awesome though.
yeah, well, I mean, lately, the Fridays have just for the past 2 weeks or so, they've just been sell-off territory. I've noticed that. But what they say is that um or the ICT theory is on Fridays we make the low of the week, and then we should expect to see the next week like boogie on up, and we did. We hit the 220s, 240s on Nasdaq, and I mean we're almost up 700 points off of that. So I'm assuming next week is going to be a valuable week for longs, possibly get us back over the 25. Maybe we'll close the day on. No, what was released in this chat? Let me see if it said something. Okay, yeah, it's not public information in here, but yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm just watching the stream. I've turned my charts off. Done for the day.
Right on, Lucky.
Definitely will have some desire to get back in, of course, but
Yeah, you've also got the opening range gap on NQ down at 24,702.
Okay.
So I could give you a pretty nice a nice target for the downside. You still got to break under the 200 though. But the Russell is already turned over and stuff. And you can see the nice M right there.
Yeah. Because the bot said something. So
let's take a short on
nice
this. What do you think? Let's try to take a short on
you
this. I'm
wanna
gonna
go
put my I'm on
Yeah,
NQ. I didn't want to be in NQ. I wanted to be in MNQ. Well, it's working right now.
Move that stop immediately in the profit. Let me see. Do you have? Let me see.
We can get to that gap.
Yeah, you have access to that room. Check the check that Discord room out for like the alerts.
And where?
The chat section, like it'll say alerts. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
So that would be neat to see. That like that 970 short to yeah, and I saw he had permission. I checked him out. But it'd be cool to see that. I was thinking like off that 970, that yellow marker up there that you see on Steve's chart, 975. Let's take that short down, but who knows where the day will take you.
Unfortunately, got stopped out on that position. Shush. Yes.
Yeah, you can. But just delete those. Because everybody gets notifications.
What is this? This is Gabber stuff?
Yeah, because we started typing them out, but they've been off. Yeah. Wait, don't type in the other chat, not that one. No, we just type what the bot says.
Oh, okay.
Everybody hates me.
access to that. That's pretty cool.
All right, 900's being tapped. See where she goes from there. But yeah, well, I hope you guys all have great.
I got access to that new channel now.
Yeah, not much that goes on, but used to be a lot of fun. But yeah, well, I wish you guys the best in your day. Just be observant here and there. And go from there.
Right on, my friend.
All you guys, yeah, and in a green day, green week. Take your payments or whatever. I think the cutoff just happened. Yeah. So you guys stay safe, stay smart, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.
And that's it for Blasky. He is out. He is out. All right. Thank you for joining me on stage, my friend. Hope you have a great day as well. I definitely didn't want to take that in such a big lot. Oh, I've got a custom one. I remade that meme. Mine is give me 1,000%, 1,000x banger. Let me see if we can find it. Man, I can't even find this thing here. Sheesh, do I have that many? Oh man, look at that move. Market ripping to the upside now again. Retesting that orb high here on NQ. Let's see if we get a candle to close above it and we'll take a long off of this. This time I'm going to do this on NQ, MNQ. I'm not going to do this on NQ. Bitcoin going for it as well. Looks like silver's catching another bid now. ES also holding above that orb high here now. Let's go back to NQ and take a look at it, see how it's holding up. It looks like we're gonna catch that long again. Can we get that rip up though? We're about 25 minutes away from the close of the London power hour, so we got 30 minutes left. No, we don't have too many folks in Discord today. But it must be out early because it's Friday. I don't blame them. Tough day. Kind of choppy here in the morning session, right? We haven't had a choppy morning in a while, right? You could see that right here, just slowly trucking, still within the opening range. Let's see if we get that pullback to the orb, though. You know what? Let's mark that here real quick, just so I can kind of be able to see it on this chart. See that right there. Change this over to red. We got that marked off here. Really? I didn't realize that. They're showing all the Super Bowl commercials already. Well, they have to, man. You know, they spend millions of dollars on that stuff just for it to be a one-day wonder, you know? Yeah, I've got a buy signal on the Russell as well. So that should spill over to the SPY and NAS. I'm waiting for a little bit of a pullback. I want to see if we can come back in on that orb, and then I'm going to see if I can go for it there. Oh man, we're gonna start getting that rep here. Man, we didn't even get a chance to get in on that. That just took off without us. I was hoping that I could have gotten a little bit of a pullback, but sheesh, ain't giving it on NQ. That's interesting. If you're right about this being Elliott wave 5, then we should create a new high. But it just depends on how long it'll take for that to work. Lasky says the 975 short for the day seems. Let's see how it plays. Okay, good luck to you, my friend. Oh, yeah, it might take a few days. So what if we get that wave 5 completes? That means that we'll have a trend reverse, right? Should be expected though. With all the selling we've had, yeah, I see that. Let's see, what do you have? 25046, 25046. Let's look on NQ and let's see what I have there. I don't even have that as a resistance on one of my charts. Be interesting to see what we do when we get to that 46 mark. It's about 20 points above where my 4-hour resistance is. You can see there I've got a resistance at 25027. So I'd be more interested to see what we do there, how that works out for us. See you there. All right, Blasky thinks that the 25K is going to be the line in the sand for us on NQ. got conviction on this short. Yep. Oh, I know you. It's a good scalp trade, though. It's a good scalp. Because that's what you're doing is you're looking for the scalp. I would be looking for the trend. We got 15 minutes left for London Power Hour. Ethereum just broke out. What just broke $2,000? Yes. I'm looking for the trend short if ES fails to break 69.20. So close. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that was super close. Yep. Let's get back into NQ. Go take a look at this. Tapped right above. Oh, look at that. Almost hit that 11 that Blasky mentioned. Let's go. Let's go. You in that? Average at 87. Awesome. Dow sitting at all-time highs. Ah, you serious? I'm not looking at it right now. 49,872. Jesus Christ. What a move on the Dow. But as you said, yeah, and the Dow sitting at all-time highs. This is incredible. Oh, very different picture on the market, right? Oh, that's a pretty good little job right there. You know that? Training the AI models, Blasky? That's a pretty good pay, $100 an hour right there. I wouldn't mind training the AI model, but they're gonna fire you after you teach them. Once you teach those AI models, you're done. They're gonna can you on that. Oh man. We got 10 minutes till the close of London now. Still making that push higher. Oh, Blasky. That's interesting. Yeah, Moro, that is probably the sad part of that is you're probably right. They have you train and then boom, bring in other people that are under lower pay and then ah, geez, look at that push on the market. Holy moly. We didn't go long originally. We got stopped out here. Dang it. I like your game plan. We're almost back at Blasky's entry now. Man, I should have taken that long off the 200 there. Jeez. Oh, man, such is life. Looks like it's just going to be a slow grind to the upside all day, though. The Dow ain't doing anything. I'll tell you that. Now that I've got it up on another chart right now, and I'm just seeing it just kind of linger there. But could this be the high of the day? Sorry about that, team. I miss those entries and stuff. So now I'm just kind of waiting for price to either do something, give us something here. Like Blasky got that short off the top. That's how to play Steve's charts. Yeah, I haven't studied his charts enough to understand how to trade off of them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to study his charts a little bit more and see if I can understand them. Oh man, we're getting a nice flush on silver. Yeah, pretty nice pullback here. 5% up. Man, nice. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Let's go back to silver and see what silver's doing. Bitcoin's still going for it. Hasn't given it up yet. And Q catching a bid. They're trying to hold a 9 EMA right now on the two. Yeah, it looks like the Dow is starting to roll over too. And there goes NQ again to the upside. And there's our London Power Hour right there, team. Thanks to our friends across the pond. We will see them next week. We will see them on Sunday. 5% of what? 5 mil? Right? Yeah, Steve's got some crazy gains. We're like at Thursday's range. Already broke past Thursday's open. He just broke 2041. I'm going to slow grind to the upside. Is that like another bull flag it's making, or what are we doing here? Yup, deja vu is exactly the best way to say it. Something to you psychologically, hopefully good. Hopefully something good, not bad. Russell breaking. It's going for some high side targets. Just trucking along to the upside there, that guy. Wow. So it just happens sometimes, Jai. You know, you look at other people's stuff and it just kind of like, yeah, it can kind of get you. Continuing to break down. Let's take a look at gold. Dow pushing all-time highs. Gold also rolling over. Bitcoin going for that 70. It's just trucking right along. Same for ES. That's not the London high. The London high. The London high would be right. Be way over here, no? Yeah, it'd be like right there. Volume is drying up. You can see that in the market now. Russell pushing further up though. We got a good ways to go if the market wants to stay bullish. Another 200 points up, maybe. Where you'd really see any real resistance there on the 30. Let's see though. We're about 20 minutes away from New York lunch. They might. They're down now sitting at 49,912. That's how far away you are from 550K. And Q pushing, trying its best. They want to give this thing like a crazy leg up. Take a look at the 9-minute. Oh, yeah, you might get a nice candle wick to the upside on this here. On this next 9-minute candle, let's see what it does. Should see the pullback, and then you'll see the push up. Let's see though. And some rejection off that 9. Let's see how much it retraces before it catches its bid, though. Looking kind of weak here at the top. Take a look at gold. The rejection's really setting in now with gold. See how it does. Goes Bitcoin, trying to break out of its range. This range, it is stuck in this level that 69,578 for a little bit. Almost 30 minutes it was stuck in that range before it actually did something. That's crazy. There goes Bitcoin. Should see NQ starting to move. Nope. Oh, why did I just do that? Sorry about that, team. I'm out at break even. So, yep. Definitely. Could this be a bull trap here at these highs in the market? We're losing a lot of volume here now. We're 8 minutes away from New York lunch. Don't forget, we will lose a good chunk of volume in the market. You know, we've lost the London traders. We've got New York lunch. So we've got institutions also cutting out for the day. And like we always say, it is Margarita Friday. So we want to call it early, make that money early and enjoy our day because that's what we do when we trade, right? Bank early and call it a day early. I like your trade though, Amaro. I like that short. I had someone step in my office, so I had to have a quick combo real quick. Steve still got us bullish though for the day. Yep. With the Dow moving up. It took a long time though. Usually it takes 2 days for us to see the bounce, and it took a lot longer than 2 days for us to see a bounce on the market. $50 high of the day, why not? Right? That could be a nice high of the day, Lasky. Oh man, that was a fast move. Yep, it is chop chop time. We'll probably see a pullback though, because we've been pushing up the morning. We probably will see some profit taking here in New York lunch. I would imagine so. You know, I don't know. I don't think we'll get the continuation to the upside. I think we'll probably pull back into that orb high. I'm eyeing that for sure. Gotta love the market. Yeah, you do, bro. You gotta love it. Market always provides, is what I always say. Now, how far down can we go? Can we get into that orb low? Whew. It's crazy. Should have held, right? Hindsight, my friend. That's your fault. Oh man, I tell you. Short to zero. Let's go. Blaming it on Blasky. Yeah, I blame it on Blasky too. I'm gonna blame it all on Blasky as well. Oh my god. Oh, so funny. These are hilarious. All right, we're in New York lunch now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we test that orb high. Don't forget that orb high is at 24,934 if you're looking for a target to hit to the downside and you're shorting this 25,051 for the intraday high. I imagine we'll see a little bit of consolidation, if not some pullback. We'll see. Test all-time low. RQ. You just want that. You just want that crazy trade that you make like $1 million off of, right? Always looking for zero. In one week. Oh man, could you imagine the margin calls? Man, you would see so many people like poor. It wouldn't even be funny. You imagine rich people having to become poor? They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle it. It'd be kind of hilarious though. Oh, you guys are funny. Oh man, they're cracking me up. Yeah, you're probably right. Steve won't let it go that low. We buying it. All right, team. Looks like we've slowed down here going into New York lunch, and I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there. We got a couple of good trades out. Seems like a few other traders were done early, called it a day early, and I myself, I am ready for some margarita action myself. Hopefully, you guys are as well and ready for a great weekend. Don't forget Super Bowl weekend this Sunday. Let's see, go Seahawks, go Patriots. It's anybody's game. The odds are in favor of the Seahawks, but it sounds like the Patriots may pull a rabbit out of the hat for a hat trick, but we shall see. Again, I want to thank everybody for hanging with us here in the morning session. Don't forget, we'll have Mike in Monday morning with his trade analysis and his fantastic call outs. You guys are looking for those $20,000 hits in the morning session. You do not want to miss his, because he is our heavy hitter here in the team. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the way the odds are tilted right now. No, Steve Hunting stops. That would not surprise me. That would not surprise me, bro. That would not surprise me that is Steve. And it looks like we're going to get a push here in New York lunch. Yeah, don't forget, we've got Mike coming in next week on Monday. We've got those trade psychology class. It's also on Tuesday, hosted by Coach Becky. And our mentorship class, it's happening this coming Thursday, hosted by Coach Matt. Also, we've got our Skycast podcast out on Monday. So you don't want to miss that. That should be out Monday morning. If not, you can see some of our reruns on Spotify. Link is in the chat below. From all of us at Blue Sky, have a great day. Awesome weekend. Good luck in the market. And I will see you all Monday morning. Thanks, team.